Former US Congressman Matt Gaetz is facing allegations of statutory rape and illicit drug use during his time in office. The bipartisan House Ethics Committee released its report on Monday after a weeks-long delay. It found what it calls substantial evidence that Mr. Gaetz regularly paid women for sex from 2017 to 2020. It alleges that he engaged in sexual activity with a 17-year-old girl during the same period, violating Florida's statutory rape law. And the report also says that Mr. Gaetz used illegal drugs, including cocaine and ecstasy, during his time as a congressman. Well, Matt Gaetz vehemently denies allegations of sexual misconduct, although he has admitted to using drugs. He's not been charged with any crime. Previously, Donald Trump's nominee for US Attorney General, Mr. Gaetz withdrew amid doubts that the Senate would confirm him. Our correspondent Telma Bateman has more on the fallout from that House ethics report.
Well, this was a searing set of findings from the House Ethics Committee, and ultimately it puts the spotlight back onto the decision by Donald Trump last month to nominate Matt Gaetz for Attorney General. Because here you have a decision in which Mr. Trump knew that these allegations had been swirling for some time, allegations around underage sex, the use of illegal drugs, and still he went ahead with a decision to try to appoint Matt Gaetz as the most senior legal officer in the United States. Now, in terms of any damage that does him, I think you have to bear in mind that he's already taken a lot of the political heat for that, because ultimately Republicans in Congress made it clear they weren't going to tolerate this. That's why Mr. Gaetz couldn't get the support to go through any confirmation process to become Attorney General. So that damage is in a sense baked in, but it returns attention to that. I think there is a degree to which, of course, Mr. Trump is insulated from accusations about his judgment, very much because of the fact he is not a conventional politician. He was elected with a mandate to disrupt the system in Washington, as him and his supporters would see it. But also he chose Mr. Gaetz very much for the fact that he was an ultra-loyalist, and like him, somebody that claimed that the justice system in the US had been weaponized against Mr. Trump. So this was always meant to be a very disruptive choice. I think what it is, though, is another example of where some Republicans in Congress are prepared to defy Donald Trump. This comes already in the last week after there was some rebellion against his desire to try and lift the amount of money that the American government could borrow. Things didn't go completely the way he wanted in that government shutdown vote. And also now you have this issue about Matt Gaetz rearing its head again. And I think it shows you that there is a line over which, if Mr. Trump tries to cross, there are still some Republicans not prepared to tolerate that.